Ephesians 5:21 says, submit yourself one to another in the fear of God. Now, first of all, listen to what it says. Submit yourself one to another in the fear of God. Now, that's heavy, because as we lead, we are men, we are servant leaders. We're not dictator leaders. We're servant leaders, which means we lead by serving. We don't lead by taking the Bible and trying to beat our wives over the head and talking about, you need to listen to me, you need to submit. You need to submit. Submit to what? Submit to somebody who doesn't love you enough to talk to you right? I'm preaching today. To submit to somebody who makes you feel like you're worthless? Have no respect for you, and then you want her to submit? First of all, you better realize you got a black woman right there, so you got half the problem right there. Black women have been taught to be strong. We need to recognize this. They had to be strong because if you study our history, they had to keep the family together. And so a black woman is trying to keep the family together. And so notice what happens, because we live in a society that has put the black woman over the black man. I'm just being real. And I'm not saying, what I'm saying is this is what I'm saying. In how we have gravitated to this point, the black woman feels like, well, I can make it with or without her. Y'all hear what I'm saying? And the black man, because the black man was taken away from the family, he doesn't feel any obligation to the family. Y'all looking at me. And notice what's happening in our culture today. I know I am boring you to tears, but notice what's happening in our culture today. That's why a man can jump over here and have a baby, and jump over there and have a baby, and jump over there and be. Why? Because he's never been inundated in him that you need to be responsible. I can't hear nobody. It says to submit yourself one to another in the fear of God. So first of all, submitting one to another. That means that the man is to be a servant leader. Servant leader. He's to see what's needed to sow into the life of his wife. To help her. He's not trying to make her mad or get her upset, so he can set her up. Y'all ain't saying that. He's trying to see how he can help her. The woman is to submit. She is to take herself and come under the authority of her servant leader husband. Which means, this all it means is this, that you may have the better idea, but you don't just come and try and make him do it. You know, what you do as one submitting is, you first pray. You first pray. And then what you do is, you as you pray, then you make a suggestion. And you make a suggestion from an avenue that he hasn't looked at, hasn't thought about. And what happens is, then that comes to his mind. And then what he does is, well, what did you say? Well, what do you think about it? And that's your avenue to get in there and say, well, you know what? If we do it this way, it'll come out even better. I like it. And then what he says is, well, you know, that sounds good. Instead of you say, you see, you don't listen to nobody. You just stubborn. You just stubborn. First of all, you need to understand, I don't care if your husband speaks in tongues. He still got some stubbornness in him. God put it there so you couldn't run over him. See, that stubbornness will help you when you get emotional and want to do something. And he says, no, I don't think we ought to do it. And you get all emotional, and then when it all pans out, you realize, well, he was right in the first place. Y'all that got silent on me. So she did submit. It says, wives, submit yourself unto your own husband as unto the Lord. You know what? Sarah called Abraham Lord. Woo, y'all, something just went up the back of your neck. You know why she did that? She did it out of respect to him. Now, I give this as an example. I'm going to show you what God did here. We went over this a few weeks ago when we've been in Genesis. Abraham tells Sarah, tell Pharaoh that you're my sister. All right. Do you not know that she didn't say to him, are you crazy? What are you talking about? She did what he said. When she did that, it was basically Abraham removed his covering off of her. But you know what God did? God stepped in and covered her. Because she obeyed her husband. God said, I'm not going to leave you out like that because he's wrong. There's 2 less shoes. So I'm going to cover you. And God stepped in. See, stop arguing and stop fussing, trying to get your point. Just obey God. Do what you, oh, y'all ain't with me. And when you say God is in your hand, God will cover you. And help him to realize that, no. Ain't gonna holler, no. Not gonna let it be done like that. Y'all. Then it says the instruction of marriage is be fruitful and multiply. Guess what? The only guys to be having all the children you want to have is in marriage. There's no guy to have all your children with 5 different men. See, we really don't understand this thing. God said in marriage, the marriage relationship, everything is to be fulfilled. See, that's why I used to let it bother me, but it don't bother me now. I guess I've gotten older. But I would get offended when people would say something about me having a lot of children. You know, I didn't say but God did it, so thank God. But the fact of the matter is, I would always feel like, oh, what's the Lord? And I said, wait a minute, I'm married. It ain't like I got 10 children by 3 women. See, folks have been even in the church. I ain't talking about on outside. I'm talking about in the church. I've been insulted in the church. I've been insulted in folks' pulpit in the church. I've been insulted by folks who I got questions about their relationship with their wives. And you got a nerve to say something about me having all my children about what my own wife, and you got some children out here that ain't coming on a hand Cadillac. What I'm saying is, he said to them in Genesis, be fruitful and multiply and replenish the earth. So he was expecting them to bring forth life. And to bring forth of their kind. To be fruitful and multiply, replenish the earth. Notice this was prior to the fall. Prior to the fall. So Eve or woman was going to have children that God designed for the family to do. We're looking for the government and government social program, and we're looking for Obama. Obama's our president now. We're looking for him to do what we should have been doing all along in our homes and in our families. Obama is not responsible to take care of our children. He didn't become president to take care of children. He got 2 children that he's responsible for. Those are the 2 that I count him that he better take care of. But he ain't responsible for what happens on 2110, 20th Street. That's my responsibility. I was going along, I was going to Zion, and I heard this man, he's an attorney. I don't know, some of y'all listen to him on 1390. And they brought up the fact about that they're getting on these men who don't pay child support. And, folks are, bringing up all these excuses. The bottom line is, it's yours. Why does the governor and the state legislature have to come make you responsible for what you did. It ought to automatically come because out of the obligation, I don't care if the mama's half crazy. You knew she was half crazy when you got involved with her. Now take care of your responsibility. I know this is Valentine's Day, but you know what? We had to lay Elder Hall come here, Cleophas Hall. And you know what he said? He said, brethren, if your marriage is a wreck, if your home is a wreck, it ain't your wife's fault, it ain't your children's fault, it's your fault. And we need to get back to the point that if something's wrong in the marriage, see, we got all these seminars for women. We got all of these sessions for women. We got all of these books for women. Brothers, we need to start picking up a book and reading about how we can help our marriage. Brethren, we need to start reading the Bible and see what God wants us to do for our wife. Brethren, I was standing in the bank one downtown, and this man he was just fussing. He was just fussing about how his wife was on, or his former wife or girlfriend or whatever was on him about paying child support. And he had to, I don't know what was in him, but he thinks that I'm going to agree with what he fussing about. He was riding a big Lincoln Navigator. Didn't look like he was broke. Didn't look like he was missing anything. But you got the nerve to stand here talking about, see, I don't even know what she's doing with the money and blah, blah, take care. And I'm standing there. I didn't say nothing because I had to hold my peace. I did, because I'm like, here I got all these children, and you telling me about taking care of children? And you ain't even there to see anything. You ain't even there to feed them. You're not even there to clothe them. You're not even there when they sick. You're not even there when their grades come in. You're not there for any successes that they go through. You're not even there for some boy to call them on the phone and want to talk to them. You're not there for anything, and you got the nerve to just fuss about giving out a couple of dollars. You need to shut your mouth.